seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Good morning. Welcome to another deadline stream for Game Week 31. There is only 8 game weeks left to go. Free hit for me next week. Got to make a transfer this week, otherwise I will lose it. Going to turn my light on, which I seem to always forget. And I don't want to make any transfers this week. Does anyone else feel like that? I wish we could roll through a free hit. If I could roll this week and free hit next week, that's what I would want to do. I want to go into Game Week 33 with 2 free transfers, not Game Week 34. But we can't do that. We can't do that. Why have FPL decided that? I do not know. I do not know. Here we go. Jandra, hello. Ben chilling well on my bench. I like what you did there. I got to be honest, I'm a little bit all over the place because I don't really want to bring in Edison, but I feel like it's probably the best move. I kind of don't want to play Chilwell, but I also don't want to bench him. I kind of want to do Chilwell to Ake, but having Arsenal at home in game week 33 puts me off. Rashford to Grealish is a good move if Rashford's definitely not back for 34, but he might be. And so, basically, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Do Maddison to Martinelli or Grealish? I would say Grealish if you're free hitting in 32, possibly Martinelli if you're not. Maddison and Fernandes to Mahrez and Grealish -4, free hit 32. I probably wouldn't do that. No, I don't think so. I think Grealish is good long term. Mahrez minutes, not so much. I think Mahrez will start this week, but after that, who knows? Why not Odegaard to Grealish? Because Odegaard is my... Basically, right, if I bring... This is the long and the short of it. If I bring Grealish in and Rashford is fit for game week 34 and I want Rashford, then essentially bring Grealish in this week just creates an extra hit down the line, and that's why I'm not sure about it. Like, I think this week Grealish is great, and I'm really not going to be happy going without him. But if I do Odegaard to Grealish and then I want Salah in, well, I've got to sell Fernandes. And look, that might not be so much of an issue, to be honest with you, because maybe Fernandes will be rubbish. But I don't want to make any. Most of the transfers this week, the benefit is from 33 or even 34 onwards. And that feels like a long way away. And so I don't want to make too many decisions that I might regret. And that's the problem. I'm not necessarily making a decision for this week. It's for 34 onwards. It's not even really for game week 33. Because if you bring in a Man City player, they've got Arsenal at home anyway in 33. It's not even that great of a fixture. Like, it's fine. Like, I wouldn't worry about having to play my Man City players in that game, especially attackers. But it's not really a fixture you target. So that's the kind of... I don't want to say downside is probably the wrong word because I'm happy to free hit, but it's kind of the kind of bad situation that I feel like I'm in. I've got to make a decision this week based on info we don't really have around Rashford and Shaw for game weeks that are 3 weeks away or 15 days away. I think when is the game week 34 deadline? I think it's game week. I think it's April 30th, April 29th. So it's 2 weeks away is when I actually need these players really. I think Kepa will start, by the way. So there was like an embargoed embargoed quote that went out last night, and it said, Frank Lampard on Kepa and Edouard Mendy. I don't see any reason to do anything different at the moment. Kepa's performances and maturity naturally. I may be matured as a coach as I've come back. He's matured as a player. I think he's been in good form, and Edu has a couple of injuries. So whether or not Mendy will come back in when he's fit, I don't know. But he seems to have been struggling with injuries on and off for a little while. So Kepa's okay for now. So if you're a Kepa owner, I know some people were worried yesterday who had Kepa and Steele because De Zerbi made a comment about the goalkeepers. But I think Kepa's fine for now. So I wouldn't worry about him too much. I mean, he's probably not going to keep a clean sheet this week, but he's not losing his place either by the looks of it. Between Joe Linton, Willock and Andreas, that's one of those decisions that I wouldn't have a clue. It would just have to be gut feeling. I don't know what their stats are looking like. I guess the fixtures for Newcastle are pretty good. But Fulham, Andreas will be on penalties probably without Mitrovic. Right? Very, very cheap. Double in 34. Could be worth it. Just do Chilwell to Ake because in 33 you'll play Trippier, Botman and Estupiñán. That is true. That is absolutely correct. That is what I would do. And that is why it's tempting me. There's nothing more to it, actually. But the only thing is, if I go for... Here's the other thing, right? This is why I can't decide. Again, I'm making decisions now for like game week 34. If I do Chilwell to Ake, that is basically saying to myself, I am not getting Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, for a lot of people, that won't seem like an issue because you'd be like, well, Liverpool defence are rubbish. Trent hasn't been that attacking. I get it, but I kind of want Trent. And so if I get Ake, it doesn't mean I can't get Trent, but it means I'd have to take someone like Ake or Botman out, and they've got more doubles coming. So I just wouldn't want to do that. So again, it's having to make the decision now for 3 game weeks' time, which I don't like. So I feel like Raya to Ederson just keeps options open. And also, if I go Ake and then decide to get Ederson in 34, I've got no spot for a City attacker. But maybe that wouldn't matter. I really don't like De Bruyne instead of Salah, to be honest. I don't think De Bruyne is... I don't think any of the Man City mids are necessarily going to play every single game before the end of the season, but De Bruyne has been rested a few times over the last kind of 8 to 10 weeks. I will say it looks like less likely to happen now. I think that team is looking fairly settled, and De Bruyne has played a lot of 90 minutes recently. But I think Salah is just a better FPL option. I've said that all season. I don't think anything has changed, right? His goal threat is higher. He's more likely to be on penalties than De Bruyne. I won't say definitely at this point. And Liverpool's fixture, I know they haven't got the extra double like City have, but they've got pretty good fixtures overall, so I would probably just take Salah over De Bruyne. I have the same problem. Don't want to take a hit for Grealish if I want Salah from 33 onwards. Yeah, a lot of people are thinking, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I just overcomplicate things, and maybe it's just easier to get him. Because there's a lot of people who've got him and they're super happy with it, because when they get to 34, if they want Salah or Rashford back, they'll just sell Bruno Fernandes. And if he's continuing to play deep, that might be the play, and I might have got it wrong. One thing I'm conscious of is I'm holding 3 Man United players through this week, probably. And I've got doubts around all of them, right? When will Shaw actually be back? It might even be this week. I'm taking the risk. I think Shaw is the least of my worries. Where will Fernandes play? And because like for nearly 10 million playing in that deeper role, it's not great. I don't think it's going to be permanent, but I don't think it's a case of he's always going to be number 10 or he's always going to be deep, but it's going to be a mix, I think. And obviously Rashford, there's no guarantees back for 34. So I think some people have got it less stress. I think it's actually less stressful to just do Rashford to Grealish and just commit to selling Bruno if you need to in 34 for Salah. And maybe that is what I should be doing. I think if I had a worse replacement than March, then I'd consider doing it. Here's how pessimistic I am about this week. Right now, if you gave me March matching or even outscoring Grealish and getting a very, very small red arrow, like I stay in the top 100k but I go down a few thousand places, I'd probably take that. That's how pessimistic I am about this week. Because I'm not sure about Luke Shaw. I don't know about Chilwell. Got a bunch of transfers that I can make, but I don't really want to. I just feel very indecisive, but I also feel indecisive for good reason. I don't think it's that simple, even though FPL is pretty simple. Can you not do Chilwell to Trent? I can't do Chilwell to Trent. I'm like 0.4 million off. If I could do that move for free, I'd have already done it probably, because I know I want Trent moving forward, and I'd still be able to get Salah. But if I want to do it, I've only got 6.9 million to spend. Now, the other option, which I know people are going to scream at me now, the other option is get Robertson or Van Dijk. I just don't know. I feel like Trent is the one from Liverpool. I think he always has been and always will be for the time being. But going for Robertson instead is definitely an option. I'm just doing it in one move. Yeah, I did think of this. I didn't mention this on team selection, but I did think of this because I knew people would point this out. I can't afford to do that. The thing is, I'm not completely against taking a hit for Trent, but I genuinely don't think there's a good one. I've got to make up 0.4 million, and I don't think there's a good way to do it. Watkins is probably the only player there I would look to sell. I mean, I have half thought about Shaw to Harry Maguire, but Harry Maguire's minutes, even with Varane out and Martinez out, they're not fully secure. But I've got the exact money to do that. The thought did cross my mind, but that's just... If I didn't have to create content and I didn't care about my overall rank so much, I'd probably do that kind of move, to be honest with you. Because I think it could be quite fun. But yeah, it's not. It's probably not. It's probably not an optimal move, I would say. If I had the cash, would you do Chilwell to Trent for a hit? Well, I mean, surely you're taking the hit. You're taking a hit to get the cash, are you not? Maybe you're just doing it as a second move. Possibly. I'm not saving the transfer. I'm going to have to use a transfer or as I lose it. If I didn't have a reputation to think about, yeah. I just can't be dealing with the comments when Maguire loses his place. Basically, I think Man United defence going forward is hard to call because a lot of us expect that Luke Shaw will play left centre-back. So Malacia will be left-back, and then Dalot or Wan-Bissaka on the right-back. And then right centre-back, Maguire seems to be ahead of Lindelof, but Lindelof might play at times. And I guess they could play Maguire and Lindelof as centre-backs. There is a chance that Ten Hag will do that, but he has preferred to have a left-footed left centre-back more often than not. So basically, I guess the long and the short of it is, I've said that twice already. That's going to be the phrase I keep using in this stream. I can tell already now. When Luke Shaw's fit, he should be pretty nailed. He's either going to play left-back or he's going to play left centre-back. So that's why I don't really want to sell him. I don't think you can say that any other Man United player is necessarily nailed, apart from Luke Shaw in defence. Estupiñán, Chilwell, Shaw, start 2. I mean, I'm starting Shaw and Chilwell, but if I'm honest with you, I'm not sure it's the right move. In your case, Share's got a bit of decent goal threat. I'd maybe start him ahead of possibly Chilwell. I don't know. I feel like I'm a bit too confident about Luke Shaw either starting or just not playing at all. And there has to be some middle ground where maybe he comes off the bench. I'm just hopeful because Ten Hag has said that he could be available at quick notice. There's a chance he'll start, especially with the injuries we've got. I'm quite close to starting Botman over Chilwell for what it's worth. So Share would be even closer to that, I think. Morning, Andy. Maddison and Henry to Grealish and Trent. Sounds pretty good to me. Or Maddison and Watkins to Salah and a budget forward for -4. I mean, if you can get Salah later on, I think Grealish and Trent is probably better now. And just get Salah later if you can. Tony to Haaland, Bruno to Grealish / Martinelli, Chilwell to Ake for a -4. The only way to get Haaland in is by selling Bruno. I think selling Bruno to get Haaland and getting Grealish as part of that is perfectly fine. I don't think I would do Chilwell to Ake for a hit though, like especially if you've got a good bench. Your Estupiñán over Chilwell. Yeah, Chilwell's. Are you keeping Chilwell though? Are you not tempted to sell him? I got to be honest. I don't know. I feel like by the end of the stream, I'll have either sold Chilwell or I'll have benched him. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. It's just one of those weeks. I just want Game Week 31 over with. Yeah, see, Chilwell for me is a double Game Week defender. He does have good fixtures in 35 and 36, but for me, he's probably going either way. I haven't actually considered maybe keeping him though. I guess rough plan would be Kane to Greenwood, Salah in for Odegaard, and maybe I'll have got Edison in this week. Excuse the sniffing, by the way. So I've got 2 million to spend. So I'd obviously play Shaw and Estupiñán and probably Trippier. But I'd have to play 3-5-2. I mean, I could do, instead of getting rid of Chilwell, I could do Watkins to Darwin Nunez, but I just feel like there's going to be too many players. So I think my problem is, I want the extra double game week player for a hit in 34, but I don't really want to have to pick a forward. So I'm probably going to sell Chilwell for a double game week defender, but I get what you're saying. The fixtures are pretty good afterwards, right? Bournemouth away and Nottingham Forest at home. But in game week 36... if Brighton and Newcastle end up doubling, I'm going to play Trippier, Botman and Estupiñán anyway. So I wouldn't play Chilwell in 36. And in 37, his double's rubbish. So I think I'm going to probably sell him. But I get why you might want to keep him. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I'm just hoping that Frank Lampard keeps doing Frank Lampard things and Chelsea keep losing. Not this week, though, if I play Chilwell. Estupiñán, Chilwell... oh, no, I did that one. Abby message retracted. Davies family. Play one of Chilwell, Henry or Gabriel. Gabriel for sure. Don't even have to think about that. Have Kepa and Ward. One free transfer. Should I move Rayo or Leno? Not planning to free hit 32. We'll need a goalkeeper then. Anyway. Well, Ward... oh, no. Ward won't play. No, I would just play... I mean, who have Leicester got? Oh, they got Man City. I would play Kepa and just decide next week what to do. Just roll your transfer, maybe. It's not worth the -4 as I don't get an extra fixture. Yeah, for me, I would get an extra fixture, so it's probably worth it. Is a Chilwell start guaranteed? Absolutely not. It's interesting you're playing Estupiñán over Chilwell, by the way. I think I'd be more tempted to play Botman over Chilwell. Although, like, Chelsea have been struggling to score goals. Do we get to keep our accumulated 2 free transfers after the free hit? No, you absolutely don't get to keep them, and that is why I'm in such a. I was going to say pickle, and that is such like a. I'm in such a pickle. I feel like that's like what an American would write the line for a British person. I'm in such a pickle right now. Okay, sorry, I was trying to do the accent. I can't do it. I can't do an English accent, even though I'm English. Yeah, that's why I'm in such a. I was going to say a bind. These are all words I just wouldn't use. That's why I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to take the risk on Shaw, I think. It's ugly. It's ugly this week. Why do you always wait for last-minute transfer for viewers? Well, I mean, my question back to you would be, why wouldn't I wait until the last minute for the most amount of possible news? Like, I'm in a fortunate position where do you know what I mean? I'm sat here till the deadline anyway, right? This is the job. Quandary. I'm in a quandary. I'm in a job where FPL is my job, so I can't talk. How do I make videos? I just can't talk. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, why do I wait till the last minute? No, it's not for viewers. I mean, sometimes I make my transfers on a Friday or whatever, but yeah, I might as well wait to see if there's any last minute news. If we find out that Chilwell's benched, then I'll bench him. If he's not, if we don't find that out, I might still bench him. But I'll give myself as much information as possible, you know. You'd be here anyway. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to talk. You were facing a debacle. A debacle? No, it's not a debacle. A dilemma. I mean, pickle works. It's just when I thought of that word, I thought, well, I would never say that. So why have I thought about that? Anyway, play Rico, Henry, or Botman. Botman. It doesn't. I don't even think it really matters who else you're playing. I think Botman is just better than Henry, I would say. I think. Oh, actually, do you know what? Henry or Botman? I think Botman is in the better defence, but Henry's definitely got the better fixture. I think I'd play Botman though. Matthew, 8 months. Thank you very much. Abby, Salah, Martial, Olise for Madison, Rashford, Felix -8. Getting Martial in for a -8. He might not even start. In fact, he probably won't start. So I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't get Martial. Thoughts on Pedro Porro for a 1-week punt, becomes Trent after free hit, or City defender to keep options open? So you're basically in the same position as me, right? If you get a City defender, then do you block getting Trent? Because it's just an extra transfer. I mean, in your case, I would probably just get the City defender because, I mean, Pedro Porro is probably better this week, or at least a bit more exciting. But I think, like you said, the City defender keeps your options open. So that probably makes the most sense. But I think Pedro Porro is quite a fun pick this week, for what it's worth. But I feel like if you get Porro, you're definitely opening yourself up to having to make another transfer. So City defender probably makes more sense, right? Free hitting in 32, need to burn a transfer. Raya, Kepa to Edison, or Henry to Ake. Like in your, or Rashford to Grealish, essentially which City to prepare for 34. In your case, right, and obviously you'd have to look at whether it blocks you from doing other moves later on. I think it probably makes the sense to do Henry to Ake because, like on my bench, for example, I've got Estupinian, loads of doubles to come. Botman, extra double in 36. Luke Shaw, loads of doubles to come. So it's only really Chilwell, and like I've talked about a lot, right? It's, you know, going to Trent or City defender later on. But in your case, Henry's not that useful to you later on. I guess they do have Nottingham Forest at home in game week 34, but you're probably not going to play him. So I think I'd move for the City defender. I think I'd go Henry to Ake. I think. Because you've got Raya anyway if you really want a player for Nottingham Forest at home. Huge Chilwell headache. Do I start him benching for Shaw or remove him for Trent from -4? I got to be honest. I'm a little stuck with Chilwell. Because I know what he can do, but I also think there's a chance that Lampard's going to play a back four today. And if he does that, he's not going to be as attacking. Although if James gets benched for a more defensive-minded defender, maybe Chilwell will get to bomb forward a little bit. It's very difficult to know whether Chilwell's going to start. It's very difficult to know how many minutes he's going to get. And it's very difficult to know what formation they're going to play. So if you're not sure... I mean, Chilwell to Trent for a hit. I don't hate it, but it really depends what the other move is. I feel like if you do that move, you really want the other transfer to also benefit you this week. I think if it was the choice between... Oh, I don't know. I was going to say I think you're better off playing Chilwell over Luke Shaw, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I say start him. Maybe the -4 if the other move also benefits you. Surely Chilwell isn't benched with him not being able to play Champions League. I mean, that's kind of what I think as well. But what if Frank Lampard wants to prepare for that Madrid game by putting in some of the players that are going to play to see how they do, like Cucurella, especially if it's a back four, right? I'm not confident of a clean sheet when any defender is playing against Brighton. I know, it's so tricky. I kind of wish I'd never bought him. I'd still have Saka right now if I didn't buy him. He hasn't really got me anything so far apart from a clean sheet against Liverpool. Yeah, Chilwell's a really difficult one. I don't think I can help you other than kind of say out loud the things I'm thinking about, and then you can make the decision. I don't really know. I feel like by the time we get to the deadline, there's a good chance I'm just going to bench Chilwell. But it also feels crazy to bench Chilwell and play Luke Shaw. Whenever you feel bad, just remember some people did Shaw to Martinez last week. I know, horrible. Why Botman over SGP now? I feel Villa is attacking a lot better than Chelsea. Maybe. Although they have, I think I saw a video yesterday. I didn't watch the whole thing actually. I should really go back and watch it on Tifo, saying they have overperformed a little bit, Villa. But also Newcastle defence is better, right? I think Newcastle defence is better than Brighton defence. So, yeah, you could go SGP now if you wanted to. I mean, it might end up that I play SGP now and Botman over Shaw and Chilwell anyway. Loz, how's it going? I think I'm signing up for another round of Pep Roulette. Saka, Havertz, Chilwell. Oh, why? Hang on, you're getting rid of Saka. What the hell? Oh, okay. Saka, Havertz, Chilwell to a Kanji, Grealish and Haaland -4. What could go wrong? I would probably get Ake instead of a Kanji, but obviously it's completely up to you. I actually don't mind those moves. Like, getting rid of Saka is not great, but you get Haaland. All I would say is if you can do Havertz and Chilwell for free to Haaland and the Man City defender, I would definitely keep Saka, but I suspect that you need the money, in which case I don't really like it, but because selling Saka doesn't feel great, but getting Haaland looks like if you haven't got Haaland this week, it's a worry. There are some teams out there where it doesn't make sense, but not very many. Is Mahrez for a 1 week punt good? Will he start? I'm very confident that Mahrez will start this week. Based on, I won't say it's really hard to explain. It's not really I haven't got the Man City team sheet, and I genuinely don't have it. But I'm still pretty confident that Mahrez will start. I think you've got to be pretty confident anyway, right? He didn't play in the Champions League. That's the one position we're not quite sure on with Man City. But from next week on, or from 33 onwards, no idea about Mahrez. So I think it's 1 week only. Thoughts on Watkins to Isak? That is a move that I don't think you need to do this week unless you're at risk of burning a transfer, which you're probably not. So I would just hold Watkins. Don't think Watkins has done anything to merit being sold to Isak. And also, it's worth saying, I think Isak will start, and I think he will start the majority of games going forward, but it's not a guarantee, right? It was only game week, the second game of 29 where he got rested. That might have just been because it was in the double game week, but I think you just hold Watkins, right? You know he's definitely going to start. Sebik, just joined. Any team news I missed? Nope. Not that I've seen so far. Apart from I'm quite confident that Mahrez will start this week, but from 33 onwards, who knows? By the way, Toby, thanks for your first ever super chat. Jesmar, for a -4 hit, sell Chilwell to a 5.5 million budget defender. Any ideas? Or else Saka to over Odegaard? I would probably sell Chilwell to a 5.5 million budget defender. It depends if you're free hitting or not, but I would probably go Man City defence if you're free hitting 32. Maybe an Arsenal defender if not. If you're a wild card and this week you're free hit 32, what would your team be? Honestly, there's no point in me going through it because I've not thought about it that much, to be honest. It doesn't feel like a great week to wildcard, to be honest. Because again, you're wildcarding for a lot of decisions you don't really, especially if you're free hitting in 32. you're making a lot of decisions for like 2-3 game weeks time. So I feel like you're better off just trying to get through this week. If you've decided on definitely free hit in 32, I feel like you just try and get through this week, then free hit, then wildcard in 33 or 34. But I don't know. Maybe your team needs a wildcard, but I haven't massively thought about it, to be honest. I think Az is wildcard on Fantasy Football Scout if you want to check his video out. Don't trust Az, though. He doesn't make optimal moves, as we know. Well, I got to be honest. I looked at Az's team and thought he didn't need a wild card. I don't think. I guess there was a couple of players. Like, I don't think his defense looked great for this week, from what I remember. I can't remember the exact team, but I did look at it and think he doesn't need a wild card. I haven't seen any of his videos this week, so I'm not sure what he said about it. But I suspect that he thought about getting Grealish, right, in the last game week. He didn't, and now he's regretting it. And so now he really wants to get Grealish in for Leicester, and I think that's why he's popped the wild card. Show us your cute dog. She's downstairs. She's in doggy prison right now. She's locked in the front room. But I've made that sound. I've made that sound much worse. She just stays in the front room when we're out or doing stuff. That's all. She's free to roam otherwise. Don't panic. She's probably sleeping. Went for a long walk this morning. Did a nice 4.5 kilometers with her. So she's tired anyway. And if I bring her up, then I got to go and take her back down again. The other move was Maddison to Grealish. Ben. Maddison to Grealish to fund. Oh, do you know what? Maddison and Chilwell to Trent and Grealish. I kind of like that, to be honest, Ben. Chilwell over Botman, really? I don't know. I don't know. I think I don't know. Is Chilwell at the status where he can't be benched? Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. I just feel like when you bench players like Reece James, Ben Chilwell, you're just asking for trouble. That's what worries me, really. I've got 3 chips. When to use them? Keep man. Well, which chips have you got? Have you got bench boost, triple captain, free hit? Have you got wildcard, free hit, triple captain? And keep Maddison or sell for Grealish or Martinelli. Well, if you're not free hitting in 32, I'd maybe think about keeping Maddison or selling to Martinelli. Otherwise, if you're free hitting in 32, I'd go Grealish. And if you're going to wildcard soon, I'll go Grealish too. Is there any merit in saving my free hit for double game week 34? Yeah, if you don't have a good team for game week 34 and your team looks good for 32. I think the only if you're on free hit 32 and you're thinking about swapping to free hit 34, the only people that should be thinking about that are those that can get close to a good team in 32 without a huge amount of hits. For me, it would take like -8, -12. It's just not worth it. Even though I'm not happy about like Shaw, Rashford, and Fernandes, I don't think I can go back on what I've already decided, to be honest. I need to change the music. Actually, Seb, seeing as I might have a bench headache in 33 and would sell Grealish salary in 34 anyway, leaning towards a punt on Mahrez this week. What's the worst that could happen? Mahrez doesn't start, and you get loads of injuries for your other midfielders, in which case you could have just brought Salah in for them and just held on to Grealish because his minutes are better than Mahrez. That's the worst that could happen. That's the worst that could happen. But as a one-week punt, Mahrez is pretty great, yeah. Mahrez might... I've just realised I've turned the music off and not put it on. Mahrez might actually be the best one game week punt this week apart from Salah. No one's talking Palace players. Mad runs come as well. But, like, they do have a great run. And I know the bandwagon is all about Elise, but Elise is not better than Brighton midfielders or Grealish or Rashford when he's fit, or probably Bruno Fernandes or Salah or De Bruyne or Kane or Haaland. I mean, they're not midfielders, but do you get what I mean? Like, Elise's fine for his price, but he takes up a midfield spot. So he's not better than Arsenal midfielders either. I mean, I would, rather than Elise, I'd rather have Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Salah, Fernandes, a fit Rashford, Grealish, De Bruyne, March, Matoma, McAllister. That's 11 players I'd rather have than Elise. But if you're not free hitting in 32 and you need a cheap midfielder, maybe there's a reason to go for him. But I don't know. I think I think there's a bit of knee-jerking going on with Elise. That's what I'm saying. I think he's fine. Yeah, Elise for free hit 32. Maybe I'll get all over that. Because I think the midfield slots might be actually the hardest to fill. I think for free hit 32, I think the hardest thing for me to decide will be whether or not to go for Gabriel, and if I do, which attacker do I replace one of my 3 Arsenal attackers for? And then how to fill in the rest of the forwards and midfielders and stuff like that. Hopefully Tony doesn't get booked this week, and then I can free hit him back in. Am I going to press free hit straight away today? Probably not, because I'm going to be busy straight after this. I will probably... I don't know. Probably not. I don't think prices are going to be so tight that I need to worry about it, but I will probably check. Maybe I should put a free hit team together right now really quick just to see. Just to see whether I'm going to be tight for cash. So Saka will definitely come in. Salah for sure. Salah will be my captain. I'm probably going to go for Martinelli. I'm probably going to go for Jesus. I'm probably going to go for Johnston and Everson. I wonder if Dean Smith will stick with Everson. It'd be funny if he goes back to... Sorry if you're an Everson owner. It'd be funny if he goes back to Ward. It would be a little bit funny. Come on. Maybe I have to keep Trippier. Trent and Robertson. Trent and Robertson. Maybe Kane. I guess I don't necessarily need Kane. Let's say Tony. Tony and Watkins. We'll have to get rid of him and him. And Chilwell can go as well. So that's 17.2 million for 3 spots. So let's just say... I think I'm going to put Maddison in for what it's worth. Everyone's selling Maddison now. I'm going to free hit him in. I'm telling you. I think that's going to happen. If I go for Elise, I don't need Watkins as well. So that potentially could be a really cheap player. Yeah, I don't think money's that tight. Unless I'm missing something here. I don't think money is that tight. Obviously, if I wanted a punt on a West Ham player for Bournemouth, then things get a little bit tighter maybe. But it's not that bad. I probably won't play the free hit straight away. I'll probably wait and see what happens after the matches. But realistically, I'm going to free hit this week because I've got too many players that are blanking. Darwin, I don't know if I'm going to go for Darwin just because I'm not sure if I'll be able to count on him starting in 32. Because it's a Friday deadline, we probably won't get early Liverpool team news, but I'll see. If I get it, maybe I will. Anyway, that was a very quick free hit team. Leicester have the worst home XG of any team in the league. Oof. I'm still probably going to go for Maddison. And the fact that everyone's selling him makes me more wanting to do it, right? Because that's the kind of player that can get a big score. I don't know. We'll see how they play against Man City, although I guess that shouldn't have too much of a bearing because they're going to lose. Can I free transfer next week before I use my free hit? You can, but as soon as you free hit, it will wipe that transfer. I feel like FPL really needs to make it more clear how the free hit works. Am I activating the free hit straight after the deadline? Go back about 5 minutes. I just talked about that. Abby, chasing the 100k, Salah captain or stick with Haaland? Honestly, unless you're miles back, like outside the top 1 million, I would just captain Haaland because I think he's the best option this week. Better than Salah. I guess going Salah over Haaland if you own both is not the worst option, but I probably wouldn't do it. Kepa, Trippier, Zinchenko, Henry, Saka, Grealish, what do you think? Looks fine, yeah. Saka, Grealish, Salah, Matoma, Watkins. Nothing to hate about that. Looks good. Should I start Botman or White? I'd probably start Ben White, I think. Chiplito, Chilwell to Trent or me to Ake. Ben me to Ake, I think. Raven Effect, thank you. Ramachandran, Botman to Ake for the free transfer before free hitting in 32. Any upside of keeping Botman while having Trippier? Well, they're going to double probably in 36. So I think it's Leeds away, Brighton at home. So you could keep him for that. So you're gaining 2 extra fixtures from Ake, 34, 37. You're losing 1 from Botman. So you could argue it's not worth the transfer. But if that's your best slot for getting a City defender in, maybe it's still okay. Play Mings or Chilwell? Probably Chilwell, I think. Although Mings has been great recently, probably Chilwell. Bruno to Salah for free. Do it this week or next. I would do it this week. I think Salah is definitely better. Miles is maybe a bit harsh, but definitely better than Bruno this week. And obviously Miles better in 32. Elise is bait. Go for Eze. I think they're both not great. When you focus on how many times Andy says, the streams becomes funnier. Oh, no. I've used my free hit. When should I wildcard? Well, essentially when you need it, right? So probably if you don't need it for this week or next week, then 33 or 34. If you haven't got bench boost left, I'd probably just use it in 34 if you can. Given that Nottingham Forest scored in every home game since Game Week 4, is it better to start Estupiñán? Maybe, but I'd still back Luke Shaw over him, I think. Let's hope this is the time they stop scoring. Although, Man United can be gotten at right now. Shoop Up, thank you very much for that. Good day. A few months back, you gave me a shout-out. What? You gave me a shout-out via David Cameron. Not the ex-Prime Minister, right? Not the pig guy. Also mentioning the Willerton Dragons. Can you please give David a shout-out for me? And also our Willerton Dragons won our grand final. Congratulations, David. Hope everything is good. I'm guessing that's not the ex-Prime Minister, right? But thank you very much for that. Nikhil, Maddison to Grealish free transfer and bench Rashford. Sounds okay to me, yeah? Is Grealish to Brighton, Salah, Rashford a good midfield for double game week 34? If Rashford's fit, absolutely. Absolutely. Play 2 of Bowen, Botman, João Felix, Estupiñán. I don't know if João Felix is going to start today, but I'd still probably start the attackers, I think. I'd start both the attackers. Most points rest of the season, De Bruyne, Bruno, Grealish. Ooh. I'm going to say that order. I'm going to say De Bruyne and then Bruno and Grealish. I'm going to say that order. I think Bruno, from now until the end of the season, I think Bruno will outscore Grealish. Because even if he plays deep a few times, I think... I don't know, actually. Because the Man City fixtures are pretty good. Will Bruno get enough penalties to keep him afloat? Did my transfer before the flight. Flight got turned back on technical difficulties. Ouch. Airport boredness got me thinking -4s. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do I ever wear your wedding Let's Talk FPL cufflinks? I don't. I've got them right here, though. They're on my desk. I don't, just because I just don't ever wear suits and shirts. Like, ever. I think there's maybe a wedding I'm getting invited to in January. Maybe I'll wear them then. Yeah, I gotta be honest. It's sometimes like you think it's obvious when someone asks you a question, you kind of doubt yourself a little bit. So I think Bruno is better than Grealish rest of the season, but there is a little bit of hesitancy about the answer. Chilwell to Ake or Trent -4 or do nothing. I would go Trent -4 if the other transfer benefits you. Chris, first super chat, thank you very much. Killian, 24 months member, thank you very much. 2 years. What a ridiculous amount of time. Thank you very much. Maddison to Grealish, yeah, sure. Salah for who? Martinelli, Fernando, Rashford. I mean, given if you're not free hitting in 32, I don't think you can get rid of Martinelli. So it's probably got to be Rashford, right? I don't know if you've got someone on your bench you can play instead of Rashford. I'd do Fernandes to. No, I don't know. Would I though? I'd probably do Rashford to Salah. 10 about I'll take Grealish over Fernandes. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Now until the end of the season, I'm putting money on Fernandes over Grealish. I'm hoping that Grealish will miss a match or two between now and the end of the season. Probably one. Outside chance of 2. I need Foden back though, really. And I'm hoping Man United will get enough penalties that will swing it to Fernandes. So I'm going to stick with Fernandes. Start 1, João Felix Botman. Watkins. Start Watkins. That's for Ahmed. I'd start Watkins over João Felix Botman and Estupiñán for sure. Sizway, start Maddison 3-4-3. Well, it's Maddison versus Shaw. I would start Maddison over Shaw. You can't be guaranteed that Luke Shaw's going to start. Shaw Martin, 8 months member. Thank you very much. Captain is Salah over Haaland is usually not a good idea. Just watch some old streams on this. Just watch some old streams on this channel. Yeah, fair enough. You have Grealish ahead of Fernandes. Well, that makes me think that I should do Rashford to Grealish now, and then Fernandes to Salah in 34. Evertonian, you missed my super chat. I don't think so. Kane to Haaland for a hit. Oh, free hitting next week. I'm not completely against it, but Kane to Haaland for a hit, it doesn't sound great to me. I guess the problem is you don't get to captain Haaland, right? I don't think you can do Kane to Haaland for a hit. I think you've got to just see it out and hope for the best. I don't think Shaw trained yesterday, but Ten Hag said they got 2 more sessions and there's a chance for him and McTominay. I'm going to stick to Fernandes. Why not? It's fun. It's a fun bet. Fernandes over Grealish, and hope for the best. I could be completely wrong though. I'm a little bit worried that I'm underestimating how good Grealish is. To be honest, there's a little part of me that's worried about that. God, what I wouldn't give to see a Casemiro, Eriksen, Fernandes midfield today. That's for sure. If Fernandes ends up playing deeper with Eriksen in the team, I'm giving up on him. I'm completely giving up on him, and I might even do Fernandes to Salah, Odegaard to Grealish for 34. We shall see. Or excuse me. Or is Grealish being overestimated on recency bias? Obviously, like getting 1 goal, 1 assist in your last 2 games has definitely bumped up. Like no one was talking about him 2 weeks ago. Pretty much nobody was talking about him because he had blanked 1, 2, 3. He'd had 1 assist in the previous 4 games against Palace, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Forest. And I don't think too much has changed with the Man City team since then. So there is a massive knee-jerk just because he's got 1 goal, 1 assist. But also, he is just a good option. Like, if you look since the World Cup, he has been consistent. Like, 2 assists against Leeds, 1 against... So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 assists, 1, 2, 3, 4 goals, 11 returns since the World Cup. I mean, that's pretty good. And his minutes look pretty good as well. So I think it is a little bit knee-jerk, but I also think it's also a really good move. And let's be honest, the Rashford thing has... accelerated it. If Rashford's fit, not as many people are talking about Grealish. So it's just a couple of things that have played into why he's such a popular player. But yeah, he's a good option. 0.22 expected goals per 90, 0.3 expected assists. They're pretty good numbers, to be honest. So I would say it's a knee-jerk around very good factors. Maddison being rubbish, Rashford being injured, and the fact he's recently got 1 goal, 1 assist. 6 blanking in 32. Should I take a -4 to field 11 and free hit 34? I mean, that's very difficult to answer without being able to see the team. Potentially, yes, you could just do that. And that could work. Because free hit 34 does look pretty good. So yeah, potentially that's great. Best thing to do is go into a transfer plan like FPL.team and just go through both scenarios. So where you don't free hit in 34, how does the team look? And when you do free hit 34, how does the team look? Jandra, thoughts? I'm considering a -4 for Kane and Barnes to Edouard and Salah. Nah. You'd make that exact move in 33, but it would make more sense in Game Week 33, I guess. Although getting rid of Barnes, fair enough. If you've really got to get Edouard in to play him, then maybe it's okay, but I would try and not do that until 33, preferably. Is it worth transferring out Saka for Grealish this week? I would say absolutely not, to be honest. I think Saka is better than Grealish this week, no? I don't know. I guess it is a pretty nice home game, right, for Grealish, but I would rather have Saka. Honestly, I think people are forgetting like how good of an option Saka is. I think he's been benched and then he's blanked against Liverpool, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I could get rid of him. Whereas a couple of weeks ago, it's like he's essential. Why are you thinking of getting rid of him, etc. Even with free hit 32, I'd rather have Saka against Man City than Grealish against Arsenal, I think. Especially with penalties. Bench order, Evans, Estupinian, Pinnock. Probably Estupinian, Pinnock, then Evans, I guess. Xander Red, 8 months. Lots of 8-month members. What happened 8 months ago? Maybe that was Game Week 1 deadline. That makes a lot of sense. Bench Isak or March? I would probably bench March, because on paper, Isak's got the slightly better fixture. Just hope... what would be interesting, actually, do Fantasy Football Scout have... Do they have Isak starting? I bet they do. If they don't, I'm in trouble. Yeah, they do. There's no way to get Barnes out without downgrading or taking hits, so I'll just move early on Salah. Go for it. But in your situation, it doesn't sound that bad, even though getting rid of Kane before Bournemouth doesn't sound great. Maybe in your case, it's one of the only times it's okay to do it. Start Botman or Mings? I'd probably start Mings. I would just go for the home fixture. I think Newcastle defence is better, and Newcastle attack's probably better as well. But I think in that case, I'd probably just go for the home fixture. It's quite close though. Like if you've got Trippier as well, I'd be tempted just to double up and just play the upside move. What if Grealish is benched? I don't think he's going to be benched. Not this week. Because who's going to play there? That's the thing you got to ask yourself. If Grealish gets benched, who plays? I'm starting Shaw because I'm hopeful he's going to start or just not play at all. Martinelli captain. I just don't see the point in doing it. I think Kane, Salah, Haaland are all better than Martinelli captain. I've done Chilwell to Trent and Rashford to Martinelli. No free hit 32. Sounds pretty good to me, Harry. Alex played De Gea or Raya. I'm going to say De Gea. It's close though, and an easy one. Play Chilwell or Estupinian or Cher. That's not an easy one. The easy one's the goalkeeper. I think I'd play Cher out of those three, which makes me think I should probably play Botman. Let me see what Neil's predicted on Fantasy Football Scout. He's got Chilwell to start. Chilwell, Badiashile, Chalobah, and Azpilicueta. That's a very makeshift Chelsea side, that. Jesus. Fantasy Football Scout have got... This is the Chelsea lineup they've gone for. Kepa, back four of Azpilicueta, Chalobah, Badiashile, and Chilwell. So Chilwell's the only one in there that's been starting regularly recently. Then midfield of Loftus-Cheek, Enzo Fernandez, Mason Mount. I do think Mason Mount will start. And then Pulisic, Aubameyang, Mudryk. Wow, that is a lot of changes. So it's loads of changes. And Chilwell's going to be in a back four and not wing back. Maybe he should be. Maybe he should be benched. Are you underrating a good Villa attack? Yeah, maybe a little bit. I think it's pretty... I think if you're choosing between a Villa defender or a Newcastle defender, it's quite close. Newcastle better defence and a better attack, but the Villa defence has also been okay recently, and the attack's pretty good as well. So it's hard to really say either way, I think. I think if it was me, I'd probably just go for the home guy and go for Mings. But if I've already got Trippier, I'd be tempted just to go for the upside of playing both. It's pretty close, though. Saka to Grealish. Elvin, member 7 months. I wouldn't sell Saka to Grealish, I don't think. I'd rather have Saka this week, personally. In defence, I have Chilwell, Botman, Trippier, Henry, and Estupinian. Is it a good decision to sell Henry for Ake? Or to buy Trent? If you can get Trent for free, I would get him over Ake, I think. Chelsea are 19th for goal scoring. Is that true? Have Chelsea scored the 19th? No, that can't... The whole season, that can't be true. Are you lying to me? That's Chelsea scored. Hang on, 29. Yeah, no, that's not true. That's not true. Maybe over a certain time, but not all the whole season. They haven't scored many goals though. Chelsea have scored 29. Wait, hang on. No, I'm looking in the wrong column. Chelsea scored 29 goals. That's the same as Crystal Palace. Arsenal scored 72 and Man City scored 75. What have Man United scored? 44. Not scored in 9 of last 16. Stop trying to make me bench Chilwell. Maybe I should bench Chilwell. Chilwell to Trent and Rashford to Mahrez. Chilwell to Trent and Rashford to Mahrez, or Grealish for a 4-point hit. Grealish. Or just Chilwell to Trent for free. If you've got someone good on your bench, I would just do Chilwell to Trent for free. If you don't have anyone good on your bench, I would get Grealish in. United are finished with Mount Martinez season over. Yeah, possibly. Aaron, I just answered it, yeah. Nada, I have Mitoma, bench Andreas or McAllister. Andreas, play Kepa or Steele. Kepa. I think Kepa. A lot of people seem to think Brighton. What are the clean sheet odds? What are the clean sheet odds for those 2 games? I feel like the clean sheet odds will favour Chelsea, but I'm a little bit worried. You've got me worried. Chilwell might not start. And if he does, we could see a completely different Chelsea team. Oh yeah, Chelsea are rubbish. They have been rubbish this season. They're 11th. At this rate, Roy Hodgson might overtake him. Do you know what? You're asking me why am I starting Chilwell? I'm asking myself the same thing. Why am I playing Chilwell? I'm going to play him. He owes me a goal. The Real Madrid game was the 11th game in all competitions this calendar year that Chelsea failed to score. They have played 19 games. Whew. Bad, man. Bad. I'm going to play Chilwell. Oh my god, yawning. Yawning already, that's bad. I'm not bored of you, by the way. I'm just tired. Chilwell over to Ake Stones or Henry to Eshapino, a free hit 32. I think Chilwell would be more better. I feel Chilwell and Eshapino would be better after 32 than Henry and the Man City defence. So I'd say Henry to Eshapino, I think. It's not great for this week. Rashford, Bruno to Salah, Andreas. Our teams are similar. Nah, I wouldn't personally do that. I haven't really given that any thought, so probably not. I just think there's loads of midfielders I would want to not use a spot on Andreas. Mitoma, Trippier or Maddison Mings. Mitoma, Trippier. What do you think about playing Sabitzer? I mean, if you've got Sabitzer, it's not on the Forest away. I'd probably play him. But it's worth saying, like, he has started quite a few games in a row now for Man. I think he started the last 3 in the league. So the thing that really helps Sabitzer this week is that Bruno Fernandes is suspended from a ridiculous yellow card. Should never have been given. But he's suspended for the second leg in the Europa League. So Eriksen will have to start that game. So I actually think that Sabitzer will start this week. I don't know if I would buy him, but he's probably going to start and play number 10. So Bruno Fernandes is probably going to be deep again for what it's worth. So if I've got Sabitzer, I would play him this week, I think. It's not a guarantee he starts, but I think there's a good chance. Chelsea 29%, Brighton 27% clean sheet. Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, that's probably so minimal difference that Newcastle 36. Yeah, I don't know if I'm that confident. Akanji Ake, I get Ake, I think. I've been switching Chilwell in and out for the last half an hour. You're not helping. I feel like it's one of those weeks where I don't know how much I can help. There's so much up in the air that I just can't give a 100% sure answer to. From my cash league, the Grealish won me last round. Oh, nice. Well done, Thomas. Ward-Prowse this week, chasing the free kick record and Palace at home. 26k overall. Oh, not Ward-Prowse. Surely not. I mean, good luck to you, but that is not a player I'd be looking to bring in, I don't think. He'd probably smash it now. United's injuries have really made 34 a bit difficult to navigate. Yeah, I think the one thing with Man United is that I haven't really seen too many people talk about is that by game week 32, and obviously for those free hitting, it's not going to matter till 33. Man United might be out of all competitions apart from the Premier League. And so, yes, the injuries in defence are absolutely not great. So defensively, it could be bad. But if Rashford's fit for 34 and there's nothing else to worry about apart from Premier League, he's probably going to play both the games. Alternatively, they could beat Brighton and beat Sevilla because Sevilla weren't great in the first leg. But it is possible that Man United will go out of both. And if Man United had won 3-0 in the first leg, I wouldn't really be thinking like that at all. I think they're going to go through. But it went from almost 3-0 to 2-2. And so now there is a chance they're going to go out. Especially without Fernandes. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I think Man United are more than good enough to beat Sevilla if they play the way they did in the first leg. But who knows now? Who knows? It's so close. And so if there's only Premier League to play for, minutes are much better for the key players, right? Everyone's saying to bench Chilwell. Everybody is saying to bench Chilwell. I don't know about playing Estepinian. Estepinian's a bit more interesting than Botman, I guess. It just doesn't feel right to bench Chilwell at home. It just does not feel right whatsoever. I mean, am I really... I'm going to save that a second. I'm going to say that. Am I really going to back Brighton that much? Are Brighton that good? They probably are. Was only joking about the fact you're not helping. No, I'm not helping. I'm literally not helping. It's not a joke. I'm awful today. I don't know anything. Chelsea, Brighton 0-0 wouldn't be the end of the world, I guess. Although it does mean that March will have blanked. And I think to make myself feel better about not getting Grealish, I need March to match Grealish. Take away Chilwell's club badge and you'd be strongly considering it. Does that make... What sense does that make? Like, because then he'd be playing for a different team. So, of course, I'd maybe make a different decision. But he doesn't. He plays for Chelsea and he's probably going to be quite attacking-ish. Can we talk about your huge water bowl? If you want. I'm trying to save plastic by buying a plastic bottle. Chilwell and Rashford to Grealish and Ake worth a hit? Probably not, I would say. No Ortiz, member for 8 months. Thank you very much. Madison to Grealish, done. Nice. Chilwell to Trent -4. Or play Burn or Estepinian. I'd probably just play Burn or Estepinian. I'm going to say Estepinian, I think. Why would I bench Chilwell? It's just... The only reason I'm even thinking about it is because I've got 2 Brighton attackers. And so it'd be going for like maximum upside. But I don't think it's the right call. But I could be completely wrong about that. The thing is, I don't want to like... I don't want to under... I don't know what the word is. I can't talk. I told you this earlier. Like, we should probably emphasise just how good the Brighton attack is. Right? It's not like we're backing Brighton because Chelsea are really bad, although it is partly because they're not great. But it's also because Brighton are very, very good. Very, very good. And better than Chelsea this season. So I don't think it's completely out of the question to start Estepinian ahead of Chilwell. No, undermine's not the right word either. Like undersell. Yeah, undersell. I don't want to undersell Brighton. Like, they are just great. Okay, here we go. Dan, I'm playing Estepinian over Chilwell, but it's really close. Chilwell's goal threat is so high, probably one of the highest for Chelsea's whole squad. It's really tempting to play him. But the only thing to say on that, I'm just going to play devil's advocate, is if Chelsea do end up playing a back 4 today, that will limit Chilwell's attacking potential somewhat. You have no problem benching Kepa, so it's the same as Chilwell. It's not the same. Because with Kepa, it's Raya against Wolves away. With Estepinian, it's away to Chelsea. And I think Chelsea could score in that game. And for Botman, it's away to Villa. And I've got Watkins. So it's completely different to the goalkeeper situation. Start 2, Henry, Anderson, Trippier. Hang on. Excuse me. Well, you've got to start Trippier, right? So probably Anderson for the fixture. Although, With Palace, it's Southampton away or Brentford against Wolves. I think I'd actually start Henry over Anderson, to be honest. Oh, that's bad cough. Bad cough. Like, non-penalty XG, Brighton, 1.7. So good. Can't afford Edison and don't have Shaw. Good move to replace Raya to De Gea. Also have Kepa. I mean, if you're free hitting in 32, yeah. If you're not, I wouldn't do that move. I think De Gea is good. Alternative to Edison, yeah. Actually, I didn't... No, I don't need to take... I was just thinking then, could I take a hit? Could I do Raya to De Gea and Shaw to someone else? Like a Man City defender? No. Although, could I? It's not worth a hit, though. It's not worth a hit. Doo-doo. Bench 2, Henry, Trippier, Tark. Like Tarkovsky. Eshpinian or White. I would probably bench Henry... Who have Everton? You've put TARQ. I'm assuming it's Tarkovsky. Home to Fulham. Everton defence not great though. I'd probably bench Eshpinian and Tarkovsky probably. Do you think Bruno will keep playing deep? And if so, wouldn't it be smart to switch him for Grealish instead of the Edison move? I don't think I can justify moving Bruno Fernandes out this week. To be honest with you, I think there is a chance he plays deep today, though. Yeah, unfortunately. Have I moved Eshpin and I get above Botman? Maybe. I'm not quite sure. I just don't really want to play double Newcastle defence. I don't think. Like I said earlier, I'm very indecisive this week. Like I said, I'm not really that helpful. There's probably better FPL streams that will help you today. You could do Capital Everson and Chilwell to Trent. Nah. I don't want to do that, don't think. I could do that, yeah, but I don't want to do that. Am I worried Shaw comes on for a cameo? I'm hoping he doesn't, to be honest. I feel like if he's fit and available, he's going to start because there's so many defensive issues. He's missing out on Kane, okay. Didn't work out that well last time. I have Tony and have to play... Yeah, I think if you haven't got Kane, I wouldn't be panicking too much, especially if it's going to take hits. Should I put Mings on for Botman to not have double Newcastle? No, if you think Botman is better than Mings, you should do that. I just don't know if I want to do that. That's all. Watkins is on penalties, yeah. Seems to be. Dale, that is awful. It's just so obvious. So obvious. You gotta be smarter than that. Maddison and Chilwell to Grealish and Trent -4. Yeah, I quite like that. It's going to be funny when Maddison scores today, though. Is Mahrez a good choice? He is for this week, not long term, though, I would say. Play Chilwell or sell for Robertson -4. Probably just play Chilwell. No free hit. Chilwell to Trent -4. Take the hit next week anyway. If you're going to take the hit next week anyway, I'll be tempted to just do it now. Is Salah still on penalties? We don't know. Probably. All things considered, SPN looks the better start, but if Chilwell scores, I'm going to cry. I know that is what's playing on the back of my mind. Like, it just doesn't feel right to bench Chilwell ever. He's like that kind of player, but maybe this is the week to do it. That's kind of what worries me a little bit. I just see. I don't know. Did anyone else follow FPL Rhinos on Twitter? He's just taking a -48 and said, "I don't think this is optimal," or something like that. That's true. That is true. Chelsea don't really score, so how can Chilwell score? But if they are going to score, it's usually one of the freaking fullbacks like Chilwell or Reece James. I'm telling you, put them up front. First sub, Eshapinian or Share. I think Shah's got a lot of attacking for it. I'd probably put him ahead, to be honest. I'm gonna... It's a bit weird that I would play Estupinian over Chilwell, but I'd put him behind Botman on the bench. I'm actually gonna. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. -4, Maddison and Rashford to Grealish and Martinelli. Yeah, if you haven't got a good bench, yeah, but I wouldn't take a -4 to bench a Brighton midfielder, for example. Duncan, free hitting, as you know. Swap Bruno to Sabitzer. I mean, maybe, but it's not guaranteed Sabitzer starts. I feel like if you were picking midfielders, surely there's better midfielders to choose from. 2 Arsenal or 2 Brighton and which? I mean, I feel like a midfield this week. Can you not afford like a punt on Son or something? Or Mahrez? If I was picking a midfield this week, I'd go for... I don't think I would have a Man City defender, so I'd probably go Mahrez, Grealish, Saka, Martinelli, and like Son or something like that. I wouldn't have a Man United midfielder, I don't think, this week. Rare in goal, but which 3 defenders? I haven't given free hit much thought, but probably Trent. I guess Chilwell still. Pedro Porro I would look at as well. Pedro Porro, Trent, something like that. I wouldn't get I don't think I'd get a Man United defender this. I would just ignore Man United if I was free hitting this week, to be honest. I know it's a good fixture on paper, but I'd probably just ignore it. I definitely have Trent. Chinali, Fernandes, Kane to Salah, Isak for -4. I wouldn't do that, I don't think. I know that Fernandes is a bit of a worry, but I still don't think that's worth it. I have thought about getting Salah in myself, but there's no real good way to do it because I need to make up 2.2 million. I don't want to sell Kane this week. Not for a hit. It really doesn't feel worth it. Grealish won't get benched this week, I don't think. I wouldn't be worried about that when making your decisions. Start Kepa or Steele. Kepa probably. Sheriff, sell. I would say start Kepa, but if I switch Estupinian over Chilwell, then you should do the same probably. What's my move? I think I'm going to do Rare to Edison and then massively regret it. I look so bored. I'm not bored. I just don't know what I'm doing. It's a tough week. Sell Sheriff, how's it going? 18 months member, thank you very much. Sell Maddison for Grealish or Salah. Salah for sure. Original plan was to get Salah. Should have done that in wildcard 29 and save the transfer. Yeah, definitely Salah. Puanart, should I do Chilwell to Trent? 27 months member, thank you very much. If you can do it for free, definitely. If you can do it for a hit, maybe. Grealish, March and Matoma, play 2. Definitely Grealish and then probably Matoma. Carl's, nice stream, thank you very much, even though I'm bored. Would you go Tony and Rashford to Salah and Greenwood -4? B, Chilwell to Trent for free? Or C, Rashford to Grealish? Probably Chilwell to Trent, I think. I don't know about getting rid of Tony for a hit. But I would want to be able to get Salah in 32 or 33. So as long as that doesn't block you from doing that, then I think Chilwell to Trent's probably good. Arsenal clean sheet, good chance, I think. Yeah, good chance. Here he is, David Cameron, former Prime Minister in the chat. I bet you've never heard that before, have you? Of course you have. Of course you have. I don't own Kane. Would Kulusevski for Rashford make sense this week? I'm not really sure Kulusevski's someone you're going to want long term, to be honest. So unless it's a 1 week, unless it's like a really short term punt in your wild card in soon, I'd probably ignore it. I'm keeping Rashford because I think there's a chance that he will be back for Game Week 34, basically, and I'm happy enough playing March instead of Grealish. I might regret it, but that's what we're rolling with right now this week. It could be a bad move, but that's why. That is why. I've not seen any early team news, to be honest. Why keep risky Kepa and sell Raya? Because to be honest, you don't. If I keep Raya, I don't think there's any weeks where I would play him over Edison anyway. So I think and also it's only 0.1 million, but Raya is a bit more expensive. So if I keep Raya, there's literally no week where I would play him over Edison. So the only reason to keep Raya is just in case Kepa loses his place and Edison gets rotated. That's the only reason. I think that's quite unlikely. But there are some weeks where I'd maybe play Kepa. So if he keeps his place, it's worth holding on to him, I think. Chances are I'll probably just play Edison every single week, to be honest with you. Watkins or Tony for Haaland? Probably Tony, I guess, just because he's closer to a suspension. But Tony only has to get through like 2 or 3 more games and it's done. Madison and Chilwell to Salah and White worth a -8. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. I don't know if I would do it, but I also don't hate it at the same time because I know people are just sick of Madison and Chilwell. Do I rate Gakpo? In FPL, not really. Chilwell out for Robertson for free. Already have Salah, Trent and Triple City. Sounds pretty good to me. Yeah. As long as obviously that's quite a lot of money in defence. So as long as it's not blocking you from doing other stuff, should be fine. Same team as you. We've got Saka and Henry instead of Odegaard and Chilwell. Sounds like you're better off. 1 free transfer. What would you do? I'm thinking of doing Shaw to Ake. I'm going to keep hold of Shaw, but if you wanted to do that, you could do that. Yeah. You've only got 0.3 million in the bank because you've got Saka, so it's a little bit tougher. You can't do the goalkeeper switch. So, yeah, Rashford to Grealish or possibly. I don't think I'd do Shaw. If you've got Chilwell, you haven't got Chilwell though. Yeah, maybe Shaw to Ake. It's okay. Can't really think of too much else to do, to be honest. Rashford to. I'd maybe more tempted in your case to do Rashford to Grealish, but depends on what your future plans are, I guess. Piyush, do I rate Robertson? Yeah. I think Trent's better though. I'm keeping Shaw in the 11 because I think there's a good chance he starts. Nottingham Forest might score. There's a lot. I think someone was saying earlier that Nottingham Forest has scored in like basically every home game for most of the season. So there is a chance that Forest will just score. And if he's a centre back, I guess he's not quite as attack. He's not going to be as attacking as Estupiñán. I don't know. I'm probably just going to start Shaw. The thing is, actually, what I would say is I do wonder, because I try and not play with like worrying about form and stuff too much, but I do also think that part of the reason I'm a bit more comfortable benching Estupiñán is because he hasn't got an attacking return since game week 23. And I've only owned him since 26, so I've had no attacking returns from him. So I do wonder if part of the reason that I'm so happy to bench him is because he hasn't had any attacking returns recently. Whereas if he had, I'd probably be saying to myself, well, he's quite attacking, there's no point risking Luke Shaw, so maybe I should just play him. At this rate, I can see myself switching. I don't know. Chilwell's going to sink me. Yeah, probably. Nightmare that. Got drunk, forgot to get Haaland in last week. Ouch. Get Jesus or Watkins now and go differential. Already got Salah for Rashford. No free hit 32. If you've got no free hit 32, I'd probably just get Jesus, I think. Captain Jesus. I'd probably captain Salah instead of Jesus. Dunk to Ake for a -4. Nope. Don't see why you'd do that. Thanks for the first super chat. BIP 2000, thank you very much. Natembi, thank you very much. Alright, we've got 14 minutes to go. I've got to make my boring Raya to Edison transfer. And then whether to start Estupiñán. Do. I'm probably not. Chilwell to Ake is quite tempting, but I think I'm going to stick with a plan and just do Raya to Edison because I know I'm going to want Trent. Do. Still can't decide on Chilwell. None of us can. None of us can. Still no early team news, by the way. What team news are people waiting for? Like, the early matches, Villa versus Newcastle. So realistically, you're hoping for team news for like 3 p.m. games. It's very unlikely to happen. Very unlikely. Alfred, 5:40 a.m. here. 5:44 a.m. here in New York. Wow, just woke up. Is there anything going on I need to know about? Nope. Not really. I mean, Kepa's probably going to keep his place for now. We don't know about Rashford, Shaw, or anyone like that. Is Isak starting? Well, we haven't got any early team news. Okay, yeah. Is Isak? Fair enough. Isak's quite important. Yeah, fair enough. I guess if you're that worried about it, it kind of shows why maybe Isak's not quite so essential, but I still think he's a good option. Me or Shaw out for a -4 to Trent. Probably Ben me. Viz Academy, 1 month member, thank you very much. Did Watkins to Isak for free money, had none for Game Week 34. We'll also do a -4 for Edison, but better take hits this week or 34. You're probably better off waiting, I would say. Start Zinchenko or Shaw? Definitely Zinchenko, I think. The last time De Zerbi faced the Lampard side, it ended 4-1 to Brighton. In the reverse fixture, Brighton also won 4-1. That was against Everton, though, right? I mean, I'm not saying Chelsea have been much better, but they're not Everton. Estepinian or Ben Mee? I think it's got to be Ben Mee because of the fixture. I think so, anyway. I think so. I'm just having a look now on Twitter to see if there's any early teams, but I don't think there is. I can't remember last time we got like early Newcastle news. No, don't think so. It's done. You've got Salah. I'm jealous. Oh, God. It's 11 minutes to go. I've got to make a decision. I would stop putting in any more super chats now because I'm going to be stressing over my moves. Double Brighton defence long term. Don't want McAllister, March, Matoma. It's okay, but I think there's lots of other good defenders. I think you're probably better off getting a second midfielder, to be honest. Estepinian, oh yeah, I did that one. Linus, thank you very much. Raya and Kepa to Everson and Edison. No. Or Henry and Tony to Trent and Greenwood. Probably Henry and Tony to Trent and Greenwood. But honestly, I don't think you need to do either, really, this week. When people see how unbelievably bad United are without Martinez, we'll all be dropping Man United players. Possibly, yeah, possibly. Maybe wildcard 26, not great. Romano, member for 19 months. Thank you very much. Remember, get those transfers in. Trent for Chilwell for a -4. Only if the other transfer benefits you this week, I'd say. What move am I doing since I can't roll? I don't know. Part of me just thinks just do Chilwell to Ake. Just do Chilwell to Ake and then just not get Trent. But I know I'm going to want Trent. I know I'm going to want him. But maybe I should just ignore him. And then just stick with Raya. But the original plan was always to get Edison. So has enough changed? Maybe it has with Man United players. I know... Getting Edison in went so badly last time that I'm a little bit burnt by it. The only difference this time is it's not for a hit. It's not for a hit, so it won't feel quite so bad. I can't do Chilwell to Trent. I don't have the money without a hit. Hate to say it, but Edison is the transfer. It's so boring. It's so boring. Chilwell to Ake is obvious until Ake scores. Oh, until Chilwell scores, sorry. Yeah. Doodaloo. I hope Maguire gets a clean sheet. Yeah, but this is the problem with free hit 32, isn't it? Right? You're making a transfer for points later on. It's why I don't like it. I mean, I guess fixture-wise, yeah, Raya's got the easier fixture, but Man City defence is obviously better. They just got a clean sheet against Bayern Munich fairly comfortably. You don't have a Dublin keeper 34 or 37. The keeper move is definitely the move for you. Probably. You're just putting doubts in my mind. Get out of here. Get out of here. I've already got so many doubts in my mind. Yeah, it's not 9 minutes. Less than 8 minutes. Brighton beat Chelsea 4-1 when De Zerbi was starting to get his methods across and Chelsea was still playing okay. Yeah, De Zerbi's great. I'm playing both my attackers. It's really just my defender. Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, De Zerbi is quite clearly a better manager than Lampard. I think we can all agree on that. Why aren't I talking about Tony? I mean, what do you want me to say? Just did chill out to Trent. Very nice. Oh, I think I'm just going to do the goalkeeper transfer and regret it. I think I'm just going to do it. I can't be bothered to think about this anymore. Edison, third time lucky. Edison, he's going to concede. Like Leicester, like they got new manager bounce. Everybody's selling Maddison because they got Man City away. They're going to score. Will I be watching the match? 5:30 today? Probably not. I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it. Is that a reason to bring a player in? Maybe. How have I owned Edison 3 times? Yeah, good question. And the thing is, if Kepa keeps his place, so not only do I kind of want to just play Raya instead of Edison this week, I'm not even going to play Edison in 32 because I'm free hitting. I'm not going to play him in 33 either. So I literally don't need Edison until game week 34. This is why I hate this move. So I absolutely hate it. I think in the short term, Chilwell to Ake might be better. I think it's definitely better. I think Chilwell to Ake is definitely better this week. No guarantees when Rashford can play 90 minutes. Might be later than 34. Yeah, it might be. It might not be as well. We don't know. Take out Fernandes. Chilwell to Ake is definitely better this week. Whether it's better for 33 or 34, questionable. I think I like Shaw to Ake and Kepa to De Gea move. Yeah, I just don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth a hit for a goalkeeper. Edison assist. I'm already owed an Edison assist from last time. Do 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 do. Baby, loving your head of your the pretty women, the women that's overshadowed. Just did Fernandes to Gakpo. Interesting. I haven't seen any early team news, by the way. None at all. Zilcho. Conor Grayson, thank you very much. Morris starts. I think so, yeah. I think he's going to start. Yeah, look, don't be posting news that you're just talking rubbish about. There's no Watkins news. Like, if there is Watkins news, there's no legit stuff. The chances of just some random person in the chat. I do want Trent, yeah, but I don't think it's worth a -4. Shot Estupinian or Mings. Probably Estupinian. I'm tempted to play Estupinian ahead of Chilwell. I don't know. I mean, the Brighton attack is just better than the Chelsea attack. It just is. Just is. There's no questions about it. But bench and Chilwell, I cannot complain if Chilwell gets something, can I? That's my worry. I hate this week already. Just get it over with. Oh, it's just Boona. Yeah, fair enough. Just ignore it then. Alright, I'm just going to... Oh, Ederson's so rubbish. He's so rubbish. I hate my team. I hate my team. Ederson. Oh, third time lucky, maybe? Third time lucky? Chilwell's going to start and he's going to smash it. When a Chelsea player... I don't think I want to watch any football today. Oh, it's on TV in Ireland. Yeah, people bringing in Trent, Salah, Grealish, Haaland. People are actually having fun. People actually having fun. SGP now was never third bench, to be honest. He was second, but I know what you mean. What does review think you should do? I actually don't know. Depends whether they think Chilwell's going to start or not, right? Maybe I should just keep changing it until the deadline and just see what gets locked in. Just keep doing this till the deadline. See what ends up getting locked. It just I don't think my brain can quite compute that Brighton are better than Chelsea. But is Estupinian away to Chelsea really better than Chilwell at home? I don't think he is. Do. Excuse me. Right, I'm going. What's the time? Oh, I don't want the deadline to go, and I can't screenshot this. I'm playing Chilwell. I don't know, and I'm going to play Luke Shaw. I'm going to play Chilwell. That was always my plan. I just don't think I should change it now. But my plan has not... The only difference... and he's causing me a headache now. The only difference... Christ's sake. The only transfer I've changed since my Game Week 26 wildcard plan was getting Chilwell in 28... And then the only thing that changed was selling Saka instead of Odegaard. Otherwise, every week I've made the same transfer I had plans for since Game Week 26. Yeah, maybe I think there's a lot of merit to playing Estupinian over Chilwell, but it was never something that I had originally planned. And I just maybe I'm being a bit too set in my ways there. I don't know. It just didn't feel right to bench Chilwell. But if he doesn't start, I mean, there is a chance that Shaw and Chilwell could both come on for cameos. I hate this week already. It's really bad. Won't matter. Shaw won't play this weekend. Yeah, possibly. Then Estupinian comes on anyway. So Chilwell will get a 1 pointer. Shaw won't play. Estupinian will come on, and Botman will end up getting a clean sheet. We'll see. All right. If you enjoyed that stream, even though it was rubbish and I was really bad and you shouldn't listen to me, make sure to give it a like. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I've got to go because my son's playing football now. Hopefully he gets more points than Chilwell's going to get today. Hopefully he scores more goals. No. Yeah, hopefully he scores more goals than Chilwell's going to get today. So Chilwell's going to get 1 point. He's going to score 3 goals, I reckon. It is a bit of a risk, yeah. Like I said, I hate it. Aki got a hat-trick, just saw a leaked result. Yeah, probably. High as a kite. I wish I was. Right, anyway, I gotta go. Make sure to give the video a like, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the misery that is Game Week 31. Let's see what happens. See you later on.